So in the rebuy tourney, since I didn't add on like a complete idiot, we're gonna have to start making some all-in plays soon. If I had, more of a brain and could multitask on 12 tables. Oh, yes, older. Then I would have got the add-on, and we'd still have like 32 big blinds right now, which is plenty of blinds, plenty of chips to be comfortable and patient with. It's 3-bet. 3-bet's massive. Alright. Let's see if you want to 5-bet it all in. It's table 6 we're talking about. Nope. I don't know you, but you've been here for one hand, and blind versus blind, you have 20 big blinds. So I'm going to take the ace-10 suited. Ace-10, whatever. It's ace-10. I think it's strong enough. I was wrong. How does he just get dealt aces right away? Crazy. It's always hard to gauge those micro stack players, whether they're the ones who are going to buy in short and play really tight, or if they're just going to buy in short and try to just kind of fuck off the money and just get it in there. And with no information, I mean, all you can do is go with what you feel like doing. I felt like gambling. Didn't work out. Usually my equity would be a little better than it was there. I think I had about 9% or something. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad in this game. Got check 2 on table 1, and I have 2 overcards, so I'm just going to bet. The whole point of overlimping pre-flop was to give myself an opportunity to play my position, and when they both checked me on the flop, the way to play my position is to bet, and hope that they don't have a good enough hand to call with. And a good thing is now that we have a couple thousand hands under our belt, at 50 NL, I have a good idea of who the regs are going to be. Most of the guys who are playing today will probably be playing on the other days that I play, so I can do a better job table selecting. Small price to pay for a good amount of information. Pocket 7's on table 5. It's a good board for him to check raise, but I think it's also a spot where my hand is not going to be best at showdown that often if I let him see 5 cards. So better to just bet it. This guy is really loose. Ulki Kaga Boy. 3-bet. Call with caution. King 10 against the net. Jack 9 deuce board is a board where he's going to float me a lot or bluff raise me a lot. I don't want to give him the opportunity to do that. I think he's also going to bet when check 2 a lot with most of his range for calling pre-flop, and most of those hands are not going to be strong enough to call a check raise. So with some equity in the form of a gut shot and some backdoors, but a spot that I don't think it's going to end well for me if I just bet the flop, it's good to mix in a check raise. And usually, if I'm check raising, it's going to be for value, so it's hard for him to not give me credit there when I do it. It's all about making just enough plays so that they won't give you credit every time. You don't want to be making plays all the time. And people are just going to be waiting to ambush you and trap you. Can't be too predictable in this game. Be like a chameleon. It's changing gears. You guys have heard that term before, probably. I think I'm going to turn the HUD off on that table too. Where is the HUD? HUD. There we go. Much better. Now, HUDs are useful in tournaments, for sure, the same way they're useful in cash games. But the problem is my tables are just so small, and on a 9-handed table, like I can't see anything when my HUD's there, and it's pretty important to be able to see. I'm going to get the ace-king in for value on table 1. Hope that he's got some sort of one-hard hand, not a two-hard hand. And we know that Andreas likes to stab when check 2, so that's why I check called with mid-pair on table 7. And then he just bets 50 cents, so I'll just call and then check call the river. Hopefully he bets 50 cents again. Oh, now he bets full pot. He's taking this line a lot. It's a really unfortunate river. I think there are a lot of hands he has that don't have a king, or the ones that do. His river aggression is, it's not that high. Of time bank, hopefully, yeah. I think the only hand he can really bet like this is ace queen or jack king. King 8, yeah, that's the same as jack king. Makes sense that he would min bet the turn and full pot the river. And that's a deceptive situation in terms of using the statistics, is that I see his river aggression frequency is very high, which means he's going to be bluffing a lot on the river. Where's this mystery table? Portland? You're my mystery table. Oh, there's no one there. Yeah, his stats tell me he's going to be betting the river a lot, which would mean, makes sense to make hero calls. How funny is this when the wait list comes up and this is what you see? You're like, oh yeah, let me get right on that game. No players. But what the stat doesn't tell me is his sizing. Yeah, it tells me how often he's betting the river at what frequency, but it doesn't tell me, what he's doing it. How often he's doing it for min, how often he's doing it for full pot, how often he's doing it for 3/4 pot. So that's why you really need to pay attention to what people have when they take different sizings, and then adjust your calling range. Like here, this guy's river bet frequency is also really high, so call. No, he didn't have it. But maybe his river bet frequency for a full pot bet is going to be, he's such that he's going to have it a lot. So there are some things that the stats can't tell you. The stats give you a very good guideline. They'll definitely put you on the right track, but they won't tell you everything. And I mean, if the stats would tell you everything, then robots would be playing online poker, and no human would play because the robots would just be too good. So take solace in the fact that the stats can't tell you everything, because that means you can have an advantage by using your brain against people who aren't using theirs as well. Ooh, king. River to peace. Don't really know if I can call a bet, but if it goes check, check, I can definitely win at showdown sometimes. ace queen with 16 big blinds. Imagine I'm going to put some money in. And we know that Andreas likes to bet when check too, and since we have no showdown value with the 8-9 suited on table 7, but we do have some backdoor draws, it's going to be much better to bet in that spot. Just go with a 2.5x raise with the ace queen, and I'm not planning on folding if anyone moves in over the top. It's just I have too good a hand with this small stack size to be raise folding, so I'm just raise calling. And yeah, sometimes someone who re-raises me is going to have me beat, but most of the time, if someone re-raises me, we're just going to be flipping, and you have to just take those 50-50s in tournaments and hope you win them. At least at this stage in the game. Whoa, I actually drilled a flop for like the first time ever this session. Sick. And the guy's check raise frequency is super high. And this is a great board for him to not believe me on, because I'm c-betting my entire range on this board. This is great. This is fantastic. I might actually win a big pot. Andreas in the blind on table 7. 7-9 suited, it's going to be a raise. What a surprise, we get to play a heads-up pot with Andreas, our favorite player, who never check raises, so we will just bet to start building the pot. I don't know if we're value betting or semi-bluffing, but betting seems good. Back to 12 tabling. Check raise or check call? Check call, that's what I do with an ace. And I'm going to get crazy, I'm going to just lead. I'm going to raise on table 7 and try to make this pot heads up with Andreas. Not looking to play heads up. I mean, not looking to play multi-way. Even though ace jack suited is a fine hand to play multi-way, I'd rather play heads up than three-way. Yeah, they both call. Okay, well. Hope no one got a king. Ooh, got him with the check call lead on table 6. I'll analyze that later. But instead I'll let you guys try to think about why I played my hand in that fashion, rather than checking again on the turn, and rather than check raising the flop, and rather than leading. Try to think about why that particular line I feel is superior. I may be wrong, but I think that's the best way to play that hand. And I think there's lots of good merit to the play. Well, I'm stuck right now, but my EV is positive. So that probably means playing okay. Running a little bad. Gotta keep grinding it out. I've almost made enough back in VIP points this session to cover the small amount that I've lost on the tables so far. So, if I can do that on my losing sessions, and then on my winning sessions, continue to do that, plus keep all my profits from winning, I'm going to be doing great. It's key that just, can't win every session, and I think that's one thing that's going to be great about this challenge is you guys are going to see that some weeks, no matter what I do, I'm just going to lose. But all I can do is continue to play well. And, when I get my heaters, I take advantage of them. And when I hit my run bad periods, I just try to minimize the damages. And that's all you can do as a good poker player. And eventually, if you continue to just exercise good habits, play well, make decisions, you will run good in a spot where you really need to run good. Whether it's a big cash game when you're taking a shot, or whether it's some tournament you satellite it into, eventually you're just going to run good at the right time if you keep exposing yourself to those positive opportunities where things can go your way. And then, you'll have that breakthrough moment. Like for me, I was playing a lot of 50 a dollar, and maybe even some ones who had like an 18K roll. I was a super bankroll nib, super nitty bankroll was, and I played. This is how nitty I was. I had an 18K roll, and I still there's this 1K tournament coming up, the Grand Tournament at Tower Gaming back when they were part of On Game, and I played a $5 rebuy satellite for it. And I was in the satellite for like $15. And, I waited all the way to the final table. I made it to the final table with like heaps chips. I think I was chip leader, with like 14 bigs or something. You know how the satellites are. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm going to win a seat to this tournament. And I did. I played the satellite really well, and I qualified for a 1K tournament off $15. And it was huge for me. And the thing was, I'd never played 6-max before. I was playing full ring at that point. And the Grand Tournament was a 1K 6-max tournament. So what chance does this full ring nitty player who just qualified off a satellite really have? Not much. I played as good as I could. I played my heart out, and I ran really well. I was making a lot of sets. I was getting the kings when they had ace king, and there's one sick hand where I had kings against ace king at the start of day 2. This was a 2-day tournament. Shit was crazy. And the board came, the flop was whatever, and the turn was an ace. And I was like, God damn, that's it. The shot's done. I'm not even going to make the money. River king. And then I started to open up. I had some chips, so I started to really, make some more plays and mix it up. Do I have the right price to go for this gutter here? Sure. Just because it'd be fun if we hit a 6. Now we have a double gutter. Sick. And I didn't play a style that was meant to win the tournament. Because to win a tournament, you have to be really in there, mixing it up, playing a lot of pots, and just being aggressive. I didn't play that style. But I played a style that gave me a really good chance. Check raise and then check. Okay. And it gave me a really good chance of going deep. And every time I got short, I just kind of picked up the hand that I needed. And I ended up running really well and finishing 6th place. And yeah, I got 3 outed on my last hand of the tournament. But, I still scored for 20K and doubled my roll by just, continuing to exercise those good habits and being patient. And yeah, I didn't play the optimal style for winning the tournament, but I played a style that enabled me to go really deep, which had worked out for me before, and I had a lot of medium-sized scores back in those days from playing that style. So, I was fine with it, and things just worked out. And then a lot of positive things happened after that in poker. But if I had just continued to just grind the cash games and slowly build up the roll, I would have made some money, but I wouldn't have given myself, that tourney score was what really allowed me to take a shot at 2-4 and 3-6, and eventually 5-10, where I did very well. But had I just continued to grind out the cash games slowly and steadily, it would have taken me a lot longer to get up to those higher limits. I would have made it there, and it would have been a low variance ride. But, every once in a while you just got to take a shot in this game. When you feel, be smart about it. Don't, take a shot with, a third of your roll or half your roll or something. That's reckless. But every once in a while you do need to take a shot, because that's the only way you'll ever really move up quickly and challenge yourself and become the best player you can be. Exposing yourself to tough situations and seeing how you do in them. Learning how to react to different situations. Hate this spot. I guess I have 11 big blinds. There's antes. I'll just go for it in the tourney. Really don't like this spot. Johnny Bravo, man. feel like this guy gave me a hard time last time I tried to play 50 NL. Let's just keep this pot size under control. If he's leading with a draw, we haven't beat. If he's leading with a set, he's got us crushed. I lost a flip, got rivered. Yeah, I have no chips. What are they talking about? Are you sure you want to leave? Yeah, I'm fucking busted. Why would I want to stay? Brick! 6-7 got there. That's it. He checks, so I'm probably good. I guess if he was leading with like nines or something, he might be checking here with the intention of check calling to get value for missed draws. So I guess I'll bet. It's gonna be pretty fucking sour if I get check raised all in though. Which would be a sick play for him to do, whether he's got it or whether he's bluffing. It'd be a really sick play for him to do. Think about how shitty the spot is if someone check raises you on the river in this situation. How many hands can you really call with? Did you call? No, you folded, right? Yeah, okay. That flush draw, do I want to get it out? Yeah. I got a good feeling on table 3, but more importantly, I have good equity, so... Alright, let's go. I hope he has 9-10 of clubs. That's the only hand I crush. But whatever, just put some green cards up there, dealer. Green card. Those aren't green. He's got, yeah. Where's the green card? I'm gonna get tied to that pot anyway. If I check call and I see the turn is a queen, I have to check call again. Then I guess I could check fold the river. But my equity's fine there. And we're just going to try to stack this guy on whatever table this is. I don't even know what happened pre-flop. Maybe I'm betting into an overpair. Should probably quit the cash game soon as I'm starting to feel myself fade. The session's been going for, I think, almost 3 hours. And I know for me, after 2 hours is when I start to sway a bit from my best play. I definitely play the best when I'm sharpest for the first 2 hours of a session. So usually, that's when I'll slow it down. Usually just quit the session, do something else, come back later. But since we had these tourneys and we're doing the video, I was like, all right, I'll just keep playing. But I think I'll just play a little bit more and then pack it in, because wow, this guy's flop raise is really high. Check call in. If I catch myself doing anything really dumb, then I'll insta-quit. The ace-queen suited was not super dumb. I can be getting in really good there in a couple of situations, and in a lot of situations I'm just getting in like fine. You're ISOing? Yeah. 3-bet you. Table 1. Check call AA. Not the best turn, but this guy, Frogafish's calling opening range isn't that wide, so he's going to have a lot of pocket pairs that are going to be like 9s, 10s, jacks, 1 club that I have, as opposed to exclusively like flushes. So I'm probably going to check call again if he bets, and then on the river evaluate. But he check. Okay. Million ways to the flop. Connector. I'll see it. How many people left in this tourney? 149. Three bet by a net. Ace queen is shit. And pocket fours is a hand that's facing a loose opener. Reshoving all in on this stack size is perfectly fine. Facing someone who raised from early position, it's kind of suicidal. You don't have that much fold equity because you might be raising a tighter range that's going to give you a lot of calls. And even when he does call, you're flipping at best, so not a spot you need to take. Miko, table 2, you fucking crazy, bro. His fold to flop is literally 0. He just never folds to the flop. It's crazy. I still think it's fine to raise a lot of speculative hands there, but you want to be cautious post flop. You got no money? Whatever. Still gonna raise you. Blind versus blind. Yeah, give me that. And turn me a strat. River me a strat? Pretty bad price. I'm kidding. A lot of outs though. Don't think we have the best hand right now, but I'll take the price. Tourney, all in. Pocket fives with the limper ahead. A lot of dead money, some decent fold equity. And he folds, we get it through. And O'Day folds, because what you gonna do? Put him in a tough spot on the river. I don't know what took me so long to see about that board on table 1, table 4, table tired right now. Table withered. Table too long session. Table, gonna bluff. Snap call. This nit probably has a pocket pair. I don't know if he's going to give me credit for the flush or not by the river, but I'm going to try to rep it. And these aces I'll min raise. I would not recommend open limping with aces in tournaments. Shit just tends to not work out, but man, you have a pocket pair that included a spade and you're just not going to fold. I got too tied up with this nit. Someone told me there's a button that sits at all tables on next big blind. I don't see it, so I'm just going to manually do it. But that play against the nit was unnecessary. I could just flat pre-flop, try to outplay him post-flop. That's generally a good strategy to use against nits. It's more against the, and like I'm calling a 3-bet with king queen suited on table 1. It's a good hand for calling 3-bets, but the guy's 3-bets 5. He's playing 20, 15, 5. Like, he's probably just never 3-betting late. So I'm not in that good shape. And if this guy overcalled flop, I would imagine he either has a queen or a 3, not something like pocket 7, so I should probably fold these 10s on table 7. And I'll just do one more orbit and then shut the session down. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Fucking tired. Fucking tired. Hell no. The only bad thing about MTTs is how long they keep you tied to your computer for, and like that you're so likely to get tired by the end of the session. That's why oftentimes you see people doing such ridiculous stuff late in the tournament. You're like, dude, what the fuck was he thinking? He was probably just tired. People get tired. So if you're gonna register for an MTT, be aware that you're in for at least a few hours, 4 or 5 hours of play. Maybe 6 or 7 if you're gonna win, depending on whether it's a turbo or not. And then plan your food accordingly and stuff so that you don't end up starving or overeating or whatever. Because the deeper you get, the more equity there is, and the more the decisions matter. And you don't want to be making big fuck ups when you're really deep in a tourney. Man, hope this guy doesn't have ace queen or king 10. I feel like given how I've played my hand, it's too strong to fold, even though he's really passive. Fucking cooler. How did they even find that turn card? So ridiculous. Lesson there is that the guys whose aggression factor is 1 just about always have it when they actually bet all 3 streets. How strong of a hand you can fold to them, that's a tough decision. Like, ooh, not posting there. I don't know if I can fold ace jack there. I definitely could not fold ace queen there. It's tough to know. Like, you want to be making really tight folds against them, but how tight, it's tough to determine. Player dependent, I guess. So, damn. This week did not go well. Lost 3.5 buy-ins. Our EV was negative, not even a buy-in. Cleared $30 off the bonus, so the bonus cleared what our EV would have been. Played very tight, 2016, 3.5, which is good because now the regs who will have some stats on us will have us as a net. So if we then switch our game up next week when we play in these games, will be able to get away with a lot. They'll be giving us more credit. Unless they're watching this video, then I'm fucked. 60 in rake, so rake back will probably get like 20, 30 bucks, so that helps. And yeah, the EV says that we ran really bad. I also definitely feel that some mistakes were made. But the thing is, EV also doesn't include coolers. We ran queens into aces in a tough spot, where even if we flatted pre, we were going to lose. We were just kind of destined to lose the hand, and we didn't get any pair over pair situations on other people. I don't think we flopped too many sets, so luck wasn't really on our side this week. But also, it's a 2,000 hand sample. It's not that big. If you're running bet over like 10,000 hands, your EV's way under, then yeah, you can start complaining a little bit. 2,000 hands, 3 buy-ins under EV, whatever. Just means you lost some flips. Or you lost some post-flop flips. It's no big deal. So I will take a vote, though, from you guys, because that gives us the roll. And if I bank this tournament, then it's no question. We're just going to keep playing 50 NL. I don't mind. The roll has about 830 in it, so I lost, as we can see, I lost about 170. If you guys want to see more 50 NL, I can continue to play 50 NL for next week, or if you want me to do the responsible bankroll thing, I can drop back to 25 NL, rebuild to 1,000, and take another shot. Because obviously the spirit of the challenge is we want to turn $100 into $10,000. But whether I accomplish that or not is not so much important as me showing you how you can turn your $100 into $10,000. So, you know, we can bend the rules a little bit if that's what you guys want to see. Let me know what you think is going to be most beneficial to you guys, turning your 100 into 10,000, because that's way more important to me than me turning my 100 into 10,000. It's fun. I enjoy the challenge, but my focus, until you know this thing's done, is on your guys' education, not my own personal profit from the games. So make a vote, say it in the comments. If you guys want me to make an actual poll, I can do it on Facebook, but I figure just you guys will let me know your thoughts in the comments, send me PMs, whatever. And yeah. Next week we will do what you guys want to do. If we're going to drop back to 25 NL, no problem. If you want to see 50 NL, we'll keep with it. And who knows, maybe I'll get lucky on the weekend and bank a tourney, or maybe I'll just win this $5 tourney right here. If it ends up good, I'll do a review, but I think it's going to be pretty basic stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this week's series of videos. I hope you guys found them beneficial, educational, entertaining, and awesome. Even though there wasn't any winning. Please leave me your comments on the videos page, and any feedback, anything, send it my way. And make sure to fill out that application on Facebook for free coaching. We're starting to get a lot of interest, and it's really awesome that you guys are taking me up on my offer for free coaching. The more students we can get, the better. If enough of you guys are going for it, I'll do 2 shows a day. I don't give a shit. The more people I can help, the better. So just go to facebook.com/Gripst. Like us if you like us. If you made it this far in the video, you probably like us, even if you don't like us yet on Facebook. And fill out that application so that we can start scheduling and get you that one-on-one coaching session that's going to help you make it to the next level. So that's it for me. As always, this has been Evan for Gripst.com. And yeah, you guys have seen how to run bad, but how to play well for the most part, and how to spaz out a couple of times. So whatever you do, please don't try to do that. And then, yeah, just go out there and get stacking.